That press conference we've been telling you about in Lewiston, Maine, about the mass shootings there has just gotten underway. Let's listen.
Case to locate Mr. Card, who again is a person of interest and a person of interest only. And we'll continue to gather information so that we can bring the suspect to justice and ultimately seek prosecution down the road. This release also includes a photo, which I believe I have seen from various sources. I would also let you know that we have created a reunification location, and that would be at the Auburn Middle School, so in the neighboring community of Auburn, at 38 Falcon Drive. Again, that's the Auburn Middle School. And when I say reunification center or location, what that means is that if somebody has a question or they have a concern, they can't find a loved one, they believe that a friend or a family member may be involved in what occurred here tonight in Lewiston, that they could respond to that location. We will have some of our behavioral health liaisons, counselors on site, and we'll also be providing information as it becomes available to us. As you can imagine, and as you know, there are multiple scenes in the city, to include multiple hospitals, multiple follow-ups, a lot of witnesses we're speaking with, and a lot of leads. The general public has been very cooperative and very forthcoming with information. So I would expect if we have additional information, we'll be happy to come back and share it with you. I know that from the city of Lewiston standpoint, probably going to close City Hall after this briefing and probably move everybody out. But again, we appreciate your partnership and your patience. I would offer to take questions just so you know that I probably won't have answers. And as long as you know that going in, there's no disrespect intended in that. Feel free to ask a couple, and if I think we can get there, then I'm happy to answer those. If not, we do have work to do on behalf of our communities, and that's our primary focus this evening.
There are many specific figures about casualties are out there. Sheriff Sampson told me up as many as 20. I just wanted to give you the opportunity to set the record straight on that.
Yeah, I do appreciate that. And I know that there's been a lot of numbers out there. This is a very fluid situation. So the last thing I want to come up is give you a number and then 3 hours from now change that in one direction or another. So I don't have firm numbers on that. And when I do, we'll be happy to share those with you, because it's an important piece of healing and it's an important piece of information for all of us to be aware of. But I don't have a firm number on that.
But at least 16, right?
I think I just answered that question to say that I'm not going to give you any specific numbers. And there's been a lot of numbers all over the map all evening. And I don't think that that's helpful because it doesn't help family members. It certainly doesn't help the community to see, well, they just said this and they said that. So if you want accurate information, I'm prepared to give that to you when I have it. I don't have that right now.
Does the suspect have any known criminal history with law enforcement? Is he someone who's been on the radar of state police or local police, to your knowledge?
Well, Mr. Card, who we're speaking about right now, is a person of interest and a person of interest only, right? I'm not listing him as a suspect at this point, and we're not prepared to go into his background or anything else that we may be aware of. One more question?
You're only looking for one shooter, correct?
We're looking for this person of interest right now, and that's what we'll label and list and speak about at this particular moment. When we have additional information, I'm happy to share that. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. Again, thank you for your time. And I know Assistant City Manager O'Malley will make arrangements, I think, to move everybody out of the building. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. These are our...
Okay, you're watching that press conference out of Lewiston, Maine, updating the public on the 2 mass shootings. At least that's what we know, 2 mass shootings in Lewiston there. Let's get to Mark Boyle, who is listening in from the very beginning, because Mark, as you know, we were only able to hear in progress.
One of the key pieces here, and our editing department was watching this as well, they said that they found this car. This was the car they were searching for. It's unclear if this, in fact, was the suspect's car or the person of interest car, but they did identify that. If you're just joining us here late this evening, this was the photograph they released early. The police department sent this out from the bowling alley there in Lewiston, one of at least 3 different photographs of the suspected gunman going in, and then investigators say this person or person of interest then went to another location and shot up a restaurant, a bar. So this is the information, the new photograph here. We talked about the identity of Robert Card. Lewiston Police Department saying they're attempting to locate Mr. Card. They called him the person of interest there this evening. They didn't touch on the numbers very much. You heard him kind of push back a little bit there. NBC News was reporting 22 people killed. CNN reporting about 16 people killed and the number of those injured, many of those inside this hospital right here this evening. Over 50 people hurt and being treated this evening at different locations. So the confirmation on the number of people killed or injured from police did not come in that briefing. So hopefully more information overnight as they continue to try and track the person of interest here in this case, Robert Card.
It was interesting how he handled that question that he wasn't going to answer something that he doesn't have firm information about. He said it's not going to help the families of the victims.
Right.
So thank you, Mark.
Yeah, it's tough to, in these situations, Gerald, as we all know, the information does change, right? So they have people in those critical conditions or conditions that continue to update. So the numbers are likely to change here overnight.
All right, Mark, thank you. And make sure to watch our morning news at 4:30 for the latest on this mass shooting in Maine.
Have a good night.